The night, a stranger breaks into a house. Breakfast is served by someone who doesn't live there. And a woman wakes up to find her kitchen hijacked by an unexpected guest. It was an ordinary morning in the quiet town of Maplewood, Indiana. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a soft glow over the peaceful neighborhood where life was simple and people rarely locked their doors. But for 29-year-old Emma Collins, that peaceful routine was about to be shattered in the most unexpected way. Emma lived alone in a small, cozy house on the edge of town. She was a graphic designer working from home and enjoyed the tranquility of her quiet neighborhood. But one morning around 6 a.m., she woke up to something unusual: the smell of food cooking. At first, she thought it was a lingering scent from dinner the night before. Maybe she'd left a pot on the stove. But then she heard it, the distinct sounds of pots clanging, the sizzle of bacon frying, and someone humming softly. Emma sat up in bed, her heart racing. She lived alone. She had no visitors and no one else had a key to her house. The realization hit her like a cold wave. Someone was in her kitchen. She grabbed her phone, her hands trembling slightly, and tiptoed down the hallway. As she approached the kitchen, the sounds grew clearer. The soft shuffle of footsteps, the scrape of a spatula against a pan, and the unmistakable smell of fresh coffee brewing. Slowly, she peeked around the corner, expecting… she didn't know what. Maybe a burglar, maybe something worse. But what she saw left her frozen in disbelief. Standing at her stove was a man she had never seen before. He was casually flipping pancakes, wearing one of her aprons, humming to himself as if he'd done this every morning for years. There was no panic in his movements, no urgency. Just a man calmly making breakfast in someone else's home. Emma's mind raced. Should she run? Confront him? She decided on the safest option. She quietly backed away and dialed 911. The dispatcher, clearly taken aback by the unusual call, remained calm, asking Emma to stay on the line while officers were dispatched to her address. Within minutes, the sound of sirens filled the morning air. Emma stayed hidden as police approached the house. They knocked on the door, and to everyone's surprise, the man answered. Not with fear or aggression, but with a friendly smile, holding a spatula in one hand. Oh, hey, officers. I was just making breakfast. Want some? He asked, as if this was the most normal situation in the world. The officers quickly detained him, ensuring Emma was safe before questioning the intruder. He didn't resist. He didn't seem confused. In fact, he seemed oddly relaxed about the whole thing. The man was identified as Daniel Wright, a 33-year-old who had been living rough for the past year after falling on hard times. When questioned, Daniel calmly explained his actions. I was walking around, felt really hungry, and saw the door was unlocked. I didn't want to steal anything, I just needed something to eat. He genuinely believed he hadn't done anything wrong. He hadn't taken valuables, hadn't caused damage. He'd simply walked in, made breakfast, and even cleaned up after himself. Emma, though shaken, found herself oddly sympathetic. Daniel wasn't threatening or aggressive. He seemed more lost than dangerous. After ensuring she was okay, the officers escorted Daniel outside, where he sat quietly, hands cuffed, looking more embarrassed than anything else. As the story unfolded, police discovered Daniel had been struggling with homelessness and mental health issues. He'd lost his job during the pandemic, which spiraled into a series of hardships that left him without a home. He had no criminal record, no history of violence, just a man down on his luck, desperate enough to wander into an unlocked house for a warm meal. Emma faced a choice: press charges or show compassion. After some thought, she chose the latter. She decided not to press charges, instead working with local community outreach programs to help Daniel get the support he desperately needed. Her story went viral not because of fear, but because of the unexpected kindness it revealed. What could have been a terrifying encounter turned into a moment of human connection, reminding us that sometimes people just need help and maybe a hot breakfast. Emma later reflected on the incident, saying, "At first, I was terrified, but when I saw him, he just looked lost. I realized he wasn't there to hurt anyone, he just needed someone to care." Daniel was connected with local shelters and support services, receiving the help he needed to get back on his feet. And Emma? She now always locks her doors, but she also keeps an extra plate of food just in case. So what started as a bizarre break-in became a powerful story about compassion, understanding, and the unexpected ways people's lives can intersect. Would you have reacted the same way? What would you have done if you woke up to find a stranger cooking breakfast in your kitchen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy real-life stories that make you question everything, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because sometimes the most unbelievable stories are the ones that actually happen.